Hey guys, Eddie here, and with Andrew and Kendra Scott, we're here at Aspire4More. Kendra is no longer just a brand new person to our stage. You've been here a lot.
Yeah, and I love
So
coming
happy to have you
back. I love it. I love the energy. I mean, I'm going to say it. This is my favorite one to
Put it
do.
out
My
there.
favorite conference.
Yeah.
Everything about it
Yeah.
is just
Do you want to
fantastic.
name some of the ones you don't like, or just want to leave it?
No,
at
I mean,
Okay,
you know
all
what?
right.
I'm just going to say this is my favorite.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
All
you're
right,
my
perfect.
favorite.
Perfect. Kendra, you have built an amazing brand. The world knows it. It's tied to your name. How important, Andrew teaches this a lot, but about personal branding, but how important is personal brand to you? And what should an entrepreneur know or like focus on with personal brand?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm in a different situation because really my name is the brand.
Yeah.
So there's Kendra Scott the person and there's Kendra Scott the brand, right? But those two things really mold together so much. So everything I do, I have to be very thoughtful about it, right? On how I present myself, because that's going to reflect on your brand.
Sure.
And I think if you have a brand, even if it's not your name, you have to go and represent that brand and really stay true to the core values of your brand and really represent it and lead by example.
Yeah.
And so everything you do has to be thoughtful, right? You can't just anymore, we're not in a world with social media. You have to be thoughtful about the interactions you have, about the content that you create, the way that you engage with others, because it will reflect not just on you, but the brand and the business that you're building every day.
So good. Very, very good.
You talk about scaling. We've had this conversation before. Kendra Scott, the brand, and it started off you hustling, kind of in a car, selling these things, selling these things, selling these things. Did you ever see yourself to the level that it's at? And number two, even as it was becoming that, how important is it of the systems and processes that you have to build out throughout the company? Because it changes every time. Where it's like you are everything inside of it, and then over time, it's like you have to have all these systems to actually scale this thing to get it where it needs to go.
100%. I mean, I've been now in business 22 years. So the girl in the car with the tea box full of jewelry going store to store, it feels like yesterday, to be quite honest with you. It has happened so quickly. But, you know, at that stage, to answer your first part of your question, I did not ever in a million years think that I would have $1 billion brand and have over 135 stores across the country and all these things. But as I started to get success and as I started to see that other people believed in me and saw that I had something, it gave me that confidence. And we've talked about this before about you have this flame, right? And it starts to get fanned. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, then when you start to see it, and believe it, that's when action really starts to happen. And I really remember, you know, throughout the 22 years, there were so many peaks and valleys, but so many times where I would say, okay, I couldn't believe this happened. We got into Nordstrom, right? Oh my God, like that's the store I wanted to get into. Then I had to really think about, okay, how are we going to, you know, handle our manufacturing? How are we going to scale this? I need to get the right people in this business that have the experience that I don't have. I wake up every day, I'm running a company bigger than it was yesterday. I don't know I'm walking into uncharted territory every day. The best thing an entrepreneur can do is go, where are the key pain points in the business? What am I lacking the most today that I know my business needs? And you seek out those people that can fill those voids and build a winning team, because that's the only way that you'll be able to grow and scale your business.
I love that side of it, of finding those things that you can do today on the weakest spots to go fill those things right there inside of it.
Sometimes we get like too overwhelmed with these big plans, right? You make these big strategic plans. I always say 3 years. Okay, look at a 3-year plan. 10-year plans are stupid. Do you think if in 2010 we could have thought about COVID and the pandemic, right? We're not thinking that we're going to have a world pandemic. You got to do it in digestible chunks. You can't eat the whole cake in one bite. A 3-year plan gives you ability to go, this is where I see my business, my brand, my family, my life in 3 years. Now I can build a roadmap to help me get there, and along the way, place the people in the right positions. But I have to hire people that can get me to that 3-year self today. I can't wait 3 years from now because I'm never going to move forward if I wait.
Yeah, so good.
Let me ask you this question. We obviously we're really big on our Impact Others Foundation here. We lead with all that we do inside of every business we have is driven off the center core of our foundation. Now you come out to speak, right? And many other speakers. Like you're talking at this point, you know, in the last 2 years of these events, probably close to 100 different speakers. There's this unique thing that you were the only one that asked for let's call it a booth, which we don't do. Like we don't have them. It's not what we do here. But you wanted a booth because you wanted to put your jewelry out there. And it's not because you're trying to like make quote unquote money off of it.
Right.
Like you'll sell a handful of pieces, but number one, why is it important for you to have that exposure? I don't think it's about money at that point. Like I have this booth out here.
Yep.
But number two, uniquely, you tied it straight back to a foundation.
Yes.
That X amount just goes to the
Yes,
your
20%.
charity.
So everything we do at Kendra Scott is our North Star is a fashion for philanthropy brand. We've really tried to create something where we want to make a positive impact on the world around us, and it's not lip service. So no matter what we do, we are thinking about how can we put that philanthropy piece into what we do. So if I'm speaking and I can not just inspire and excite people, but I can also do good today while I'm here, that's really cool, right?
Very cool.
And we partner with people, whether it's our vendors, whether it's people like you all, who see that same vision, that understand how much that means to us as a company and supports that. And that's why I continue to come back here. That's why I do events like this, is because it's such an important thing for us. We've given over $65 million to women and children's youth since just 2010. 65 million.
Wow.
65
That
million.
is awesome.
So this isn't
That's
pocket
incredible.
change anymore. You know, this is really exciting.
Wow.
After I leave here today, I'm going to deliver 6,000 books to school, a Title I school, with our little Kendra, our yellow little libraries. Kendra Scott little yellow libraries. Try to say
That's
that
awesome.
fast 20 times. And so I'll be leaving here, and so I'm able to do something else besides that today while I'm here in Houston to do good in this community.
That's awesome.
I got this. I'm gonna ask you on
Are
stage.
you just not going to give me
No,
any
it's
chance
just
to
so
ask
freaking
questions?
unique. I'm
Okay.
always,
All right.
I'm always unique. This is your foundation thing, but 65 million. That's
a lot of money.
That's a lot.
It's mind blowing.
My question is like, is that because in theory throughout the years they were just giant chicks written, or is it part of it's the core value, so it's attached to everything? You have this booth that we're giving, you have this we're giving. It's just a constant drip off of everything.
Everything touches it.
You know, we're an omni-channel brand, and we, in every channel of our company, there is a philanthropy target on what we're doing. We measure our
every
give
channel.
back, every channel.
Wow.
So even our wholesale partners, you look at our friends at Dillard's, you know, when we were raising money for Inheritance of Hope, which is this amazing organization that gives once-in-a-lifetime experiences for a family whose parent has a terminal illness. They go right alongside us, and they're raising money. They're now sponsoring Inheritance of Hope retreats. You know, they're really engaged and involved. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you know, when we're trying to raise research dollars, we are asking our partners to step up and support these causes alongside of us. But, you know, in our stores, you know, we're doing, this year we'll do over 21,000 events. Many of those are Kendra Give Back events, and they support local charities. And so many times businesses will look at the big charities, right? And we support those obviously as well. But it's a lot of times these local charities that are really doing the most work, and they don't get the attention. So we have annualized events with so many, you know, in all of our stores. And so it's just a big part of who we are and what we do every day. And I think why we have very low retention in retail. Our employees are coming to our stores, not just selling product and working at another retailer. They're changing people's lives, and they get to be a part of that. How cool. That'll get you excited to get up in the morning.
Love it.
You know?
Love it. All right, Eddie, final question.
I'll
give you one.
I kind of wanted to stop there because that's where my heart is too. That's awesome. I love it.
Oh,
Very cool.
thank
Congratulations.
you. Well, thank you. It makes work so much more enjoyable when you can get up and go. The more we build this, the more we can do.
Yeah, for sure.
And if that's not a driver to like fire you up, I don't know what is.
All right, let me give you one last question. Ingredients to success. There's always ingredients that take people to this place of success. If, in your mind, what are the top ingredients? I mean, like, what does a person who's struggling, they're an entrepreneur, they've got their jewelry in the back of their car, what's the ingredient you tell them you got to have?
You know, look, I think the ingredients are pretty easy in a way. One, you got to be freaking resilient.
Sure.
Okay, let's be honest.
Thick skin.
You have to be resilient because you are going to get slugged at. You are going to get pushed down. You're going to skin your knees. You might even break a leg here and there. You've got to be able to figure out, okay, this sucks.
Right.
What am I going to learn? So that's the second part. Be a sponge. You have to know that every day of your life, you need to wake up and you need to learn something. You need to learn from somebody you admire. You need to read a book. You need to look at companies. You look at your competitive analysis. You are learning what they're doing that you're not, so that you can be better. You have to have a learning mindset. Because if you're not doing that, you're never going to grow, and you sure as heck aren't going to grow a business. And the last thing, I think you need to lead with heart. So many people today forget that the heart is the core of everything, right? And if you can build a business with heart, with soul, you will withstand so much. It's not just about making money.
Sure.
Because that sounds great, but money is not going to give you what you need, especially when you have that you need that
Yeah,
resilience. You need to build a business with heart.
Yeah.
You're going to attract people. You're going to attract people that are excited to work for you, and you're going to build something that matters.
It's awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll see you on
you.
stage in just a little bit.
Okay.